What's going on, gentlemen? Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a topic most of you guys undermine, and it's secretly underlying playing a role in your life and wrecking you without you even realizing, making you self-sabotage and do all this type of shit, okay, G? So, today we're going to be talking about emotion, all right, and how emotion actually plays a role in how you live your life and how you can actually use emotion to your benefit instead of letting people use your emotion to toss you around and make you do shit you don't necessarily want to do. All right? So, first thing you guys need to understand is the heart, okay? Most people think of the heart as the thing that just pumps blood in your body, all right? Makes your muscles freaking beat, you know what I'm saying? That's not what the heart only is. That's not its only job, all right? Most of you men can actually do an experiment right now or next time you're in the shower or something that will prove this to you specifically, all right? If you think a thought about a pretty woman, you'll feel your heart start pumping blood to your lower extremity, all right? And you'll feel your emotions start getting involved with that, all right? You'll start to rise. If you have the mental discipline, like some of us do, you can then snap out of it and watch the blood release from your lower extremities and go back up into your heart, all right? And you can feel how your attention and your energy actually controls your body, all right? So the heart has a magnetic pulse, all right? So this is your heart, this is your body, this is your body here, okay? Your heart pulses like 12 feet or some shit like that, 12 yards out from your body, all right? So this is you, IG. Your heart is beating and it's pulsing out here, all right? There's an electromagnetic pulse that is flowing from your heart. So when you're feeling things, that is actively interacting with the world around you and shaping your reality in real time, all right? And also on a long scale, okay? So look, if you feel things like fear, your heart's pulse physically, measurably contracts down, all right? So instead of being like this and free and interacting with the world around you and changing your environment, you shrink down, you huddle up, and your pulse gets real tight onto your body, all right? So your aura is very concealed. You're not visible. You're not you don't have that sparkle in your eye. You're closed in, all right? When you feel things like guilt, guilt is a very important emotion, okay? If you feel guilt, you will act guilty and you'll be inviting others to judge you because you think that you're guilty, all right? So if you make a mistake, if you mess up, you take a loss, and you let fear and guilt dictate your next steps and your next moves, you're not going to be interacting with this space in a way that's beneficial to you. You're not going to be receiving the thoughts that God actually wants you to receive because you're not open, all right? This is the same thing as your chakras. When you're not aligned, when you're not open, you can't receive these downloads, all right? Your thoughts are controlled by leeches and demons, not by God, okay? So, you need to cut out these emotions, all right? Fear at its lowest level, its most blown up level, is the farthest away from God that you will be, all right? Fear at its highest level, reverence, respect, is how you can get close to God, just like love. Love's highest level is as close to God as you can be. Love's lowest level is hatred, all right? It's inverse, you're flipped. You have that passion, but it's reversed, all right? So, focus on your emotions, all right? Things that will help you in this, all right? Number one, the most important, is gratitude, all right? Gratitude is the base level, all right, the base emotion that will start the snowball effect of you becoming a more emotionally wise being and being able to handle yourself emotionally. All right? When you have gratitude, you're grateful for the things you have. You're grateful for the fact you woke up this morning and you have fresh water to drink and food accessible with DoorDash at your fingertips, G, you start to move differently than when you're sitting in fear and you're sitting in lack, all right? When you're grateful for what you have, God says, I can give him more. When you're scared about what you don't have, God's not going to give you more when you're scared because you don't have enough. Does that make sense? All right, so gratitude. Something that some of you might need to look up and understand the definition of is reverence, all right? Deep respect, all right? Like this. This is reverence. When you have gratitude and reverence, when you add them together, you get a sense of wisdom. You get a sense of King Solomon type energy, okay? You slow down, all right? Reality starts being malleable, okay? You start being able to see things for how they really are when you have gratitude and reverence. When you're sitting in fear and guilt and shame and anger, all right, and repeating these negative thought patterns, you're not going to be able to see reality for what it really is. You're not going to be able to see the lessons God's putting in front of you and how you need to actually grow from that, all right? You're just seeing the fact that there's lessons and trials and tribulations. Of course there is. That's what life's all about. But when you have gratitude and reverence, nothing can ever go wrong. All the highs and all the lows will all be the same because you're grateful for what you have and you're grateful for the fact that you are here. All right? So, practice being grateful for things. Say 5 gratitudes every morning. All right? Things that you're genuinely grateful for. The fact you have legs you can walk with. The fact you have eyes you can see with. The fact you have a mouth that you can speak with. All right? If you have a roof over your head, say thank you and pay reverence to the fact that the universe has given you a roof over your head to keep you away from the rain, okay? And you'll move differently, all right? So this is just a base lesson on emotion. I hope this is valuable to you and you're able to apply this into your life and actually see some changes. Like and subscribe if you like this type of content. Send me a message or comment below if you need help with anything. I will gladly help you out free of charge, all right? See y'all in the next one. Be safe.